Father's new wife tried to kick me out of my home the moment he passed away. She said she deserved the house more than me because she was his widow, so I let her think she had a chance until I exposed her at the family dinner. My dad's body wasn't even cold yet when Lorraine changed the locks. I came home from the hospital at 2 a.m. after watching my father die of a heart attack, and my key didn't work. I stood on the porch of the house I grew up in and jiggled the lock 3 times before it hit me. I called Lorraine and she answered on the first ring like she'd been waiting. "You can pick up your things tomorrow between noon and 4. I'll have them boxed up in the garage. This is my house now. I'm his wife. Everything transfers to me. That's how marriage works, sweetheart." She said sweetheart the way people say vermin. My dad married Lorraine 14 months ago after dating her for 3 months. She was 41 and he was 67. She redecorated the entire house within a month, threw out my mother's curtains, her kitchen table, even the handmade quilt on my bed since I was 6. When I protested, my dad said Lorraine needed to feel at home. I slept in my car that night. The next morning, my entire life was in cardboard boxes on the garage floor. Lorraine stood in the doorway wearing my mother's bathrobe. "You have 1 hour. After that, I'm donating whatever's left. My dad died yesterday, and I lost my husband, but life goes on. I've already contacted a realtor. She was selling the house my mother designed from scratch, the house with my growth chart penciled on the kitchen door frame. I loaded my car without a word, but I wasn't broken. I was planning. 6 months before he died, my dad sat me down at a diner and slid a manila envelope across the table. I made a mistake marrying her. She's not who I thought she was. Inside was a new will, notarized and witnessed. Everything went to me. He'd also discovered Lorraine had been draining a joint account, transferring thousands to a personal account she'd never mentioned. His lawyer documented all of it. Don't tell her yet. I need to get the divorce papers finalized first. He died before he could serve them, but the will was ironclad. For 3 weeks, I let Lorraine believe she'd won. She posted on Facebook about her home and starting fresh. She told my aunt she was turning my old bedroom into a yoga studio. She told my dad's best friend she was finally free to live her own life. I stayed quiet, grieving, letting her dig deeper with every word. The family dinner was Lorraine's idea. She invited every relative for what she called a celebration of his memory, but was really her establishing dominance. She cooked an elaborate meal using my mother's recipes she'd found in a drawer and presented as her own. 30 people in the living room while Lorraine gave a speech about how my father would want them to support her during this transition, how the house was her sanctuary, how she planned to honor his legacy by making it her own. Then she looked at me with that pitiful smile. "And of course you're always welcome to visit." I stood up. "Actually, Lorraine, I have something to share too." I pulled out the envelope. The room went silent as I read the will aloud. Everything to me. The house, the accounts, every asset. Her face went from confused to pale to furious in 4 seconds. "That's fake. He told me I was getting everything. He also told his lawyer about the $63,000 you transferred from the household account into a personal account at a different bank." I pulled out the statements, dates, amounts, account numbers. My uncle stood up. "You were stealing from him?" She started crying. "He gave me that money. It was a gift. Gifts don't get transferred in secret at 3 a.m. while someone is sleeping," I said calmly. His lawyer documented the pattern. 11 transfers over 8 months, all while my dad was on heart medication that made him drowsy by 9 every night. Lorraine looked around the room for a single ally. Every face in that room stared back with disgust. My dad's best friend stood up. "I told him not to marry you. You can't do this," Lorraine whispered. "I'm his widow. I have rights. You have the right to leave my mother's house by Friday. After that, my lawyer handles the eviction." She grabbed her purse and stormed toward the door. My aunt blocked her path. "Leave the bathrobe. It's not yours." Lorraine looked down at my mother's robe. She took it off right there, threw it on the floor, and walked out. I picked it up, folded it carefully, and held it against my chest. My dad's best friend put his hand on my shoulder. "He'd be proud of you." I moved back in that weekend.